I will not be showing this, but I will be talking about it, and I'll link it to you if you want to look at it. Canceled Iron Man game is real. The footage from the Just Cause and Mad Max developer leaks online. Alleged footage from Avalanche Studios' canceled Iron Man game has surfaced online. In the early 2010s, Just Cause and Mad Max developer Avalanche Studio was working on an Iron Man game. The project was never officially announced to the public, but Avalanche Studios co-founder Christopher Sundberg confirmed its development and cancellation during an interview in 2022. Now, gameplay for that title has popped up online via Reddit, reportedly sourced through a PS3 developer kit. The gameplay is extremely unfinished, but it shows a bunch of stuff. Such as Iron Man flying around in a large environment, fighting jets and attacking various facilities. One of the more in-depth videos appears to be an unfinished E3 demo, which shows an Iron Man in hand-to-hand combat with soldiers using a heavy Arkham-esque style of combat, of course. He also boasts his reposters, missiles, and other gadgets like fucking Iron Man. All right, so I'm gonna drop the link in the chat if you want to look at the gameplay. You just gotta click that Reddit shit right there. I have seen it already, so I'm gonna let y'all know already. Don't get too excited. I'm not gonna lie. I looked at the gameplay and I was like, I can see how it got canceled. It didn't impress me. It looked like a movie tie-in video game. It didn't really look that good. But if you want to look at it, click that Reddit link in the article, and you can check it out for yourself. I was just gonna share it with y'all just in case, you know, some people might be excited to see it. It is PS3 footage. I saw it through a PS3 dev kit. It's footage on there, video footage. So just like an 08 game, pretty much. It looked like that old Iron Man game that came out. There was a movie tie-in. I thought it was the same thing. I was like, is this the right footage? I was thinking, I got this game confused with the EA Iron Man game. But this is a different one, apparently. This one had never been announced. Good news for Mortal Shell 2. The sales are up. According to Rise, who works for Alinea Analytics, Mortal Shell 2 has sold 510 copies in its first week. Of those, 57% are on Steam, 33 on PS5, and 8 on Xbox. About 10% of the PS5 copies were physicals. In terms of revenue, Mortal Shell 2 has generated $23 million. Keep in mind, it's an indie game. This is good. It's an indie game. This is not a AAA game. I'm not reading all this shit because he just goes further into detail. That's kind of what you need right there. Just big ups to Mortal Shell 2. I think it's well deserved. If you haven't seen the new podcast, I'm going to plug it right now. /GI updates. We talk about Mortal Shell 2 in depth on the new podcast. This one right here. Ethos is talking about how he thinks if they get a third game, which I think they will get a third game, that's going to probably be their magnum opus because the jump from Mortal Shell 1 to 2 was massive. And now that they're making money off of Mortal Shell 2, they're probably going to have a lot of funding to do a third game that's going to be even better. So once again, shout out to the devs, man. Two of my favorite games this year are indie games. He said that in the tweet, the physical only made up 10% of the income. Do you think that's because of accessibility? Of course. I seen a tweet on this podcast right here. Dude said he was looking for a physical copy of Mortal Shell 2. He said he had to drive an hour to get it. So absolutely, it's just hard to get. And that's always been one of my arguments. I'm like, is physically really dead, or have they made it so inconvenient that people gave up? Two things can be true at the same time. Indie games are on top right now. They definitely are on the rise, man. The GI updates must be that good because I keep falling asleep and waking up again. Hey, as long as you finish it eventually. The Iron Man footage definitely resembles Wolverine Origins video game. It looks like an 08 game, basically. Is there a physical version? There is for PS5 and Xbox. The Duskbloods. Oh, this one surprised me. The Duskbloods playtest was even more popular than Elden Ring's Night Rain. It sounds like fans were eager to learn everything they could about From Software's The Duskbloods, as one of the game's producers has revealed the Switch 2 exclusive saw higher playtest signups compared to Elden Ring Night Rain. Speaking during a live stream hosted by a Japanese gaming publication, Famitsu, which for those unaware, Famitsu is basically like, it's the biggest gaming magazine in Japan. That's their Game Informer. From software producer Yashiro Katao stated the number of applications for the Duskbloods playtest eclipsed that of the developer's previous multiplayer experiment. We were really surprised, he said. Given that Elden Ring Night Rain's playtest was available on PS5 and the Xbox Series, the fact that the Duskbloods received more interest on the Switch 2 sounds like it should be impossible. Right, like they had 3 platforms for Night Rain, and the Duskbloods is only on the Switch 2, which is a new console, by the way. Not everybody has one. That means a large portion of the owners of the Switch 2 were playing this shit. The Switch 2 is also a relatively new console, having only been available for around a year, meaning its user base is much smaller. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, it's surprising on the surface. Perhaps there is some logic to be deciphered here. Elden Ring Night Rain went on to sell more than 5 million copies, with its DLC alone selling 2 million under a week. The game's popularity and success proof from software could make a wildly fun, multiplayer-focused Souls-like, perhaps generating more interest in the Duskbloods. True, Night Rain walks, so maybe the Duskbloods could fly. Shaking my head. September coming, and I haven't beaten anything, and my backlog is already crazy. Go ahead and hit the caffeine, my boy. Yo, Rockstar lost money from the leak. Their stocks did. But it's gonna recover once the sales of GTA 6 comes out. It also probably helped that there was almost no information known about the Duskbloods prior to the closed network test, encouraging players who wanted to learn more to sign up. While players knew it was a multiplayer in nature, the exact structure of the Duskbloods, its playable classes, and its mechanics were all a mystery. The Duskbloods were being helmed by legendary From Software director Miyazaki also doesn't help. Such a large number of playtest applications bode well for the Duskbloods, even if the network test got off for a rough start. If you guys haven't seen it and you don't know how the gameplay works, the best way I can explain it from like the previews I've seen is there's 3 rounds each match. There's a bunch of different classes that do different things. There's 3 rounds. The first 2 rounds you collect resources. I forgot what the resource is called, but you get it from killing minions as well as bosses on the map or killing other players. And then the person with the lowest resources each round gets killed off. So if you survive and get to the 3rd round, the 3rd and final round is a battle royale between 3 players. It becomes straight up PvP. The maps have a lot of verticality. It looks fun. It looks good. I guess my question for this would be like, is it worth getting a Switch for? Like, I kind of want to wait and see what the reviews look like to see, is the gameplay loop addicting enough? Because this is a multiplayer only experience. At least with Night Rain, you could, I don't want to say that because you could probably say the same thing about this, but this is their first foray into like a proper live service multiplayer game. And I think I'm still going to wait for the reviews because I don't know if the gameplay loop is going to be addicting enough. Shit is gonna bounce back this Thursday once that Netflix extended look drops. Probably, yeah. The to be fair to Rockstar, exactly. But that would be speculation. The Rockstar, what's the word I'm looking for? Stocks will permanently go up. Not permanently, but go up long term once the sales numbers come out. Wasn't it called Virtue Points? Yeah, there we go. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Virtue Points. Pretty simple gameplay loop, but apparently it's a lot of fun. The full game will have non-PvP final rounds too. Okay. Not worth buying a Switch for, but it does look fun. Does look interesting. I'm just surprised that so many people were interested in this. So I'm curious to see, did the network test, did the beta test encourage enough people to want to buy it, or did it turn it off? Or did it turn people off? Because a demo could have, you know, the same results for a positive or a negative experience. You know what I mean? It could turn some people off and be like, I'm not buying it. That's why with the GTA 6 leaks, you know, some people were like, oh, I'm buying it. Some people are like, I'm not buying it. Everybody's response is going to be different. It looks like one of those games where if you play a few matches and get off, yeah, but it's like, do I want to spend $500 just to do that? You know, I personally wouldn't, but buy a whole console for it. Yeah, I feel like I need something definitive that like, oh, I gotta get that shit. Some new Star Wars Galactic Racer multiplayer news. Got an overview trailer. Let's check it out. This is another game coming out this fall that looks really good. This is from some former developers who worked on the Burnout series. It's a new story-driven racing game in the Star Wars universe.
Star Wars Galactic Racer features action-packed online multiplayer for up to 12 races.
Rat.
Whilst quick races are perfect for those looking to dive straight into the action, it's the innovative new multiplayer tour that we're jumping into next. The tour is a new take on multiplayer racing.
It's also a roguelike.
Competing against each other in a 6-planet series that culminates in a showdown championship race on Durban Acos. Or, if you're taking part in a pod racing tour, on the iconic Tatooine. The first 5 events of a tour are your build phase. You'll use your earnings from each of these events to upgrade and enhance your vehicle. The challenge is to build the very best vehicle you can to compete for the championship showdown. Let's go through how it works. In a pod racing tour, you're choosing the character you want to play as, each of whom has their own pod racer. In a multiplayer tour, you'll choose from one of 3 speeders, each with different handling dynamics that demand different skills from their racers. Land speeders drift.
What's a game that would be worth buying a Switch for you? I thought it was going to be the Duskbloods, but I'm still not 100% sold on it. A new Mario.
Spin that shit. Yeah.
A new Mario, a new Zelda, or a new IP we've never seen before. Like, I've been begging for a Waluigi game. But Super Mario Sunshine 2, I will go out and I'm not gonna lie, if Nintendo announced Super Mario Sunshine 2 while I'm streaming and then I read the article, I might cut the stream off and go get a Switch 2 for Costco close. Chat, I gotta go. I gotta go get me a Switch to be safe. Smash Bros. Yeah, a new Smash Bros. Would make me go get it. I'm trying to think here. No, not F-Zero. I like F-Zero, but not that much. Not that much. I'm trying to think. I've been begging for a Waluigi. Zelda is a 50-50. I love Zelda, but I don't like the direction it's been going. I know it's gonna piss people off. I'm not a big Breath of the Wild fan, and I fucking hated, what was it? Tears of the Kingdom. I fucking hated that shit. Tears of the 720p. I did not like that shit. I don't want to be a fucking engineer. So Zelda would get me excited if they go back to the more traditional story-driven, more linear puzzles experience. I don't want to. I'm sorry, man, but Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom were giant, big open worlds with nothing in it, bruh. But it got to pass. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably about to piss people off. Those games were Ubisoft games, but it got to pass because they were Nintendo. It was nothing. It was mainly just enemy camps in there, just nothing to see. Beautiful Joe, maybe Beautiful Joe, a new one. Yeah, Tears of the frame rate. So it depends on how they do Zelda. But Smash Bros. And Super Mario, it doesn't even have to be Sunshine. It doesn't even have to be Sunshine. It could be Odyssey 2. I'll take an Odyssey 2 or a different Mario. And then a new Star Fox, maybe. I'm tired of them remaking shit. Make a new fucking Star Fox, a different one. A new Bayonetta. I gotta see what that frame rate looking like, bro. Bayonetta 3 left a bad taste in my mouth, man. There's already a Mario Galaxy 2. It would have to be Mario Galaxy 3. Yeah, Bayonetta had a terrible frame rate, so it depends on how they do that. But yeah, that's what would make me buy a Switch 2, I think.
Speeder bikes make use of kinetic burst, and the brand new
Star Fox Adventures be fire.
Cornering. Choose the one that speaks to your style. Players can select from any one of our 12 characters, each of whom comes with their own distinct traits and abilities. Shade comes with a preference for being cooled with event ability. Tech expert Catcher.
Shout out to Brodachi with the sub, appreciate it.
Or perhaps you'll choose ex-Imperial TIE Pilot.
I feel like people who like F-Zero, this game might appeal to you.
And his afterburner tilted setup. The choice.
Looking for that arcade racer.
You can unlock more characters by leveling up your multiplayer progress. So you've got your vehicle and your pilot. Now we're ready to go. At the start of events, players bet on their predicted finish position.
Breath of the Wild. Yeah, that's a fair opinion. Breath of the Wild doesn't suck, but pretending like it was groundbreaking is up for debate. I agree. Yeah, and like that's why I try to be cautious what I say about those two games, because you can't say nothing to fucking Zelda fans, bro. Like, and Ocarina of Time is one of my favorite games of all time, but I just felt like the open worlds are so empty and it was just boring to me.
Races and take on backer contracts. Success in
I got a degree in engineering. No wonder I'm loving Tears of the Kingdom. Yes, that game is great if you want to be an engineer. I've never wanted to be an engineer in my life. When I got to that mechanic where it said you can build and make whatever you want, I said, why would I do that? Like, you make the game, bro. I don't want to do that shit.
Race finish position.
The stuff people made in the game was cool. I seen people make planes and Gundams and shit. I just don't want to do that, bro.
Credits and part awards.
Yeah, if you like Roblox and Minecraft, you're gonna love that game.
You can earn significant rewards. A base bet earns a rare reward if you place in the top 9. A more risky bet, if you're finishing in the top 6, will get you an epic reward for going all in and getting a top 3 finish bags you a legendary drop. You can also mark a rival racer, a call out, to challenge them to a race within a race. Rivals know when you've marked them out, so expect something in return. Lastly,
so you're making the game harder for yourself
by selecting an available backer contract. Successfully completing a contract earns you additional credits to tune your craft. Now it's up to you to show your skills on the racetrack. When the race is over, it's time to collect your rewards. You'll earn credits for your finish position as well as for any completed contracts.
Is the game crossplay? I don't know. That's actually a good question. I hope it is, because I do feel like this game is going to be niche, so I hope it's crossplay to keep it alive.
You'll also get to choose a +3 upgrade to one of your vehicle's 6 core performance stats. Remember to upgrade those areas that you think will give.
It was groundbreaking for the Zelda franchise, the cooking system, the physics, and the elements in the open world. Yeah, I agree with that. It was groundbreaking for the Zelda franchise. The reason why I try to be careful about what I say is because like Zelda fans are fucking annoying, and I'm a Zelda fan. But like that's a good way. It was groundbreaking for that series, but it wasn't groundbreaking is the point. And some Zelda fans act like that isn't true. Like
you're an edge in the next event. You may also get parts awarded to you, the quality of which depends on your finish position.
I need all the parts
to enhance your build to suit your race style and to synergize with your traits and abilities. Or if you don't warm to the offered selection, convert them into...
Yeah, I know Ocarina of Time's getting a remake.
Shop. At Hibby's shop, use your credits to buy...
It's gonna have to look drastically different for me to be interested. I'm not buying a Switch to play that shit. I've beaten Ocarina of Time like 7 times, dog. I've snuck through the fucking princess's castle to get to her a million times already. Like, so it's gonna have to look drastically different for me to be interested. I didn't play the remake on the 3DS either.
Buy additional parts, upgrade packs, or ability packs. Choose wisely and craft the...
I reflected Ganon's light a million times already, guys.
Before the last showdown event, all players now...
Same with Star Fox. Yeah, that's why I didn't buy Star Fox the remake either. I beat Star Fox 64 a million times.
Earns you a big drop of XP for your multiplayer progression. Think creatively though, as a reward...
Is that Jeff Keighley?
...shared amongst all pilots who pick the champion. Are you going to go for the favorite, or can you influence the outcome with your own performance? All that's left is for you...
What's the temperature on this game? I haven't been this hungry for a game in a long time. Okay. EA losing Star Wars exclusivity has been the blessing we expected. Fuck EA. Haven't been this excited for a racing game in decades. Hope there's split screen. Hoping to get more pod races. Okay, people fucking with it. Yeah, I think this is gonna be one of those dark horse games, man. This is gonna be those games where I feel like if you know, you know. The people who play it are gonna love it and they're gonna champion it. Kind of like Mortal Shell 2. I feel like Mortal Shell 2 is the people's champ type of game. It's if you know, you know, and the people who played it, they're gonna champion it, but I don't think it's gonna go super mainstream. Yo, shout out to Black Neji with the sub. Appreciate it. People absolutely will take your word out of context. I saw a video of a dude yesterday intentionally misunderstanding him and even editing the stream to make him look bad. Oh yeah, people do that shit all the time. That's one of the reasons why I don't go on people's platforms, bro. At least you're able, hey, Florida man, at least you're able to spot that shit. That's why you got to be very careful about who you, my game of the year, of course. That's why you got to be very careful about who you interact with. At least I am. Because people will want it. But here's the thing, right? And this is why I don't take like offense to none of that shit. That clown edited me to try to make me look bad so he can push his agenda. I believe in karma. When you sit there and lie so you can try to clout up, like you might get a few clicks there, but it's gonna come back to bite you. Like you spotted that shit right away. Now you're gonna go tell your friends, don't go fuck with that person. So like, it's all good. I don't, as long as you ain't lying on me on like some crazy shit, like you like making videos calling nigga pedo or some shit like that. But if you disagree with me on a video game, that's not something to like respond to. You're like, this is a dumbass, bro. Editing this shit. Who gives a fuck? Like, how big of a loser do you have to be to edit somebody's words over a fucking video game to get some clout? That says to me you're uncreative. So like, I'll be all right. You was cool on the Keep It a Buck podcast. Somebody gotta do it. It was a guy defending GTA 6's honor. Yeah, so he's GTA fanboy. There's nothing you can tell them niggas, bro. We gotta wait 5 years when all the YouTube videos come out. Was GTA 6 really that good? The Witcher 4 is confirmed for a targeted 2028 release window. Since the previous installment, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, released over a decade ago, the rumor mill for the 4th installment in the popular RPG series has already been spinning for a number of years, with things really heating up once CD Projekt Red confirmed the existence of The Witcher 4 back in early 2022. With Gamescom kicking off this week, a new video posted by CD Projekt Red addresses a question many fans have been asking. Will The Witcher 4 be shown at Gamescom? The simple answer is no, but joint CEO of CD Projekt Red said they released some other crucial information to the table about the next installment. After speculation about the release date for The Witcher 4, Michael confirmed that the developers are targeting a 2028 release window for the next game, urging fans to let the team cook before its biggest, boldest, and most ambitious game is ready. It's crazy how you can be a person who just wants the best for us and consumers, and motherfuckers will continue to slander your shit. I don't take any of that stuff personal because I'm not always right? And usually I'll apologize if I'm not right about something, but I'm not gonna lie. If we lined up 10 times, usually like 8 times I score right. A lot of times I do be right. So it don't matter. It's just usually I'm 10 steps ahead of motherfuckers, bro. They don't understand the bigger picture. And then people come back around and they apologize, and it is what it is. And we repeat this fucking cycle. It's one of the reasons why I've been around for so long. Integrity is important to me. So like I said, let people say what the fuck they want to say. It doesn't matter. Get their little clout up. They won't be here tomorrow. I will. It's what it is, dog. Most of the time you're not wrong. You're just early. Yeah, it's like people can't see the vision, and that's why you can't. Maybe if I was younger, I would have took it a little more personal, but you can't take it personal. Once you realize everybody's elevator don't go all the way up.
Spin that shit.
Some people are not. You got to keep in mind the average person is a functioning illiterate person. They don't have the mental capacity to conversate with you. So they don't even understand the concepts you're throwing at them. Like that person that you're talking about, the reason it doesn't piss me off is because it's like, you got to understand it. They're looking at it from the standpoint of they've been waiting 13 years for the game and that's all they care about. It's a very selfish standpoint. They don't have the mental capacity to have this conversation. But that doesn't mean you still shouldn't try to save them. You know, if they drown, you know, that's on them. But we're going to try at least. I'd rather go down fighting, basically. I'd rather go down fighting, bro, instead of laying over. And because on the opposite end of the spectrum, you could be somebody who's like, oh, guys, I don't want to play this game because my audience said that they don't like it. I like it, but to me, that's sucker shit. Like, my audience doesn't like when I play this game, but I like it. Okay, then play the fucking game, dog. What the fuck are you talking about? But nah, The Witcher 4, fire. Looking forward to it. Just keep in mind, the CEO said that they're shooting for a 2028 release date. That doesn't mean it's coming out in 2028. He's like, whoa, slow down, bro. You be using words and shit. You're like the Morpheus and everybody else is Neo. You know, the funny thing is, I don't even think it's that deep. Y'all be gassing sometimes. Yo, shout out to Lily XO with this up. In a world where that term is overused, I feel like a lot of things that I say are not that deep. I think the issue is that the average person is just fucking stupid nowadays. It doesn't seem like it if you're part of this community, because I always say, if you watch me or people similar to me, you're probably a little bit more informed than the average person. You may not necessarily agree with everything that I say, but the point is you're probably more informed than the average person. Outside of this community, nah. It ain't the same. The absolute state of the American education system, tight shit. Rumors of a third Ori game are nonsense, confirmed the series creator. He said, get on my dick. In a post on social media, the CEO of Ori and the Will of the Wisp, I love Ori and the Blind Forest, developer Moon Studios rebuked circulating whispers of a third entry in the beloved platforming adventure series, instead re-emphasizing that the work on the action RPG No Rest for the Wicked continues in its earnest. Rumors about a new game in the beloved Metroidvania series seems to originate from a post over on Rosetta, which has started making its way around social media platforms, but it seems there's no truth to any of it. And I'm gonna be honest, I believe it. They just put out No Rest for the Wicked 1.0 this year. Really good game if you haven't played it. For those unfamiliar, it is a co-op, over-the-top Souls-like with a really unique art style. And they're just focused on supporting that game right now, probably. Really good game though. Now, do I believe they'll never make another Ori for us? Nah, I don't believe Ori game. No, they'll probably make one. It's probably not in the cards right now because their focus is the game they just released and supporting it. That's another game I want to play. This one, I have it. It's good. I played it in early access. It's really good. You could play the whole game in co-op in a shared world with your friends. So if you suck at Souls games and you just want to ride with somebody on it with a really good art style, that shit would be fire. You can run this one. You see they called Maximilian due to industry plant because of his take on 2XKO. I did. That's unfortunate, man. I wonder how he handles that shit. I seen that shit. They calling that man Max industry plant because they didn't like his opinion on 2XKO. And my thing is like, sometimes it's really, in a world where we say that it's not that deep way too often, I feel like this is one of those situations where it's not that deep. What if he liked the game and it failed and it's really not that deep? Because I think that's what that is. He liked the game, he supported it, it fucking failed. And because they're upset it failed, they're blaming him and calling him an industry plant. It's fucking stupid, bro. Yeah, he just loves fighting games, man. He was actually playing it. I don't think it's that fucking deep, dog. But to call him an industry plant is crazy because he's been around as long as I have, I think. You can't call somebody an industry plant who's been around 10 plus years in the creator space. Just because you started watching him does not mean that he's new. But he's been around for a very long time. Like, what are you talking about? Just saying shit. One thing I hate about the internet is like every year there's like a new buzzword and people just run with that shit. Like 3 years ago, it was probably industry plant. Then last year it was slop. This year, probably maxing and something else. But like people learn new buzzwords and they just fucking run. LARP. Yeah, LARP. LARP and maxing are like the words this year. 4 years ago, it would have been like mid. Yeah, so LARP slop. So like these motherfuckers just learn new words and they just start throwing it around. But like, nah, I wouldn't call them a fucking industry plant. That shit is stupid. I'm ready to get on the fucking game. let's get it. We got to put in this paint on this motherfucking Mortal Shell 2. Before I do, though, I'm going to use the bathroom. Got 32 hours on it. So y'all know the